Raise your ya, ya, ya. Raise your ya,
This is Steph Curry, the professional basketball player, the four-time NBA champ, the leading three-point scorer, the man who changed the game. And here's how he's changing the world.
Giving back, taking care of the community has been a priority for us since we were kids. With the opportunity and platform and the resources we have and the work that we've done, to date, trying to make a bigger impact.
Stephen Curry and his wife, Aisha Curry, founded the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation in 2019 after witnessing the tremendous need for support in these communities.
At Eat, Learn, Play, we're working to change the school experience for a generation of students. So we're doing what we can.
But how did they start, you may ask? Eat, Learn, Play started as just another dinner table conversation.
As the name suggests, they wanted to focus on three key pillars: nutrition, education, and physical activity. Then, they surveyed the community to figure out how they could make the biggest difference.
Curry used his extensive network to create partnerships with organizations such as the Golden State Warriors, Kaiser Permanente, and Under Armour in order to raise funding for his initiative.
And I don't think anything that we're trying to do is possible without, those groups that we've been fortunate enough to work with.
Everything that Eat, Learn, Play does is going to be in partnerships with the great organizations that are already working in this community.
But now you may be wondering, have they lived up to their promises? Well, if you look at the stats, in the nutrition department, they have provided over 25 million meals to kids in need.
Furthermore, Eat, Learn, Play has invested over $72 million into Oakland families and Oakland kids. They've used this money to create various things, such as 31 schoolyards and playgrounds. They've used this money for $5 million in scholarships and grants, and they've committed over $25 million in educating the Oakland kids and the community throughout the future. Through all this, they've reached over 150,000 kids in the community.
You may be wondering, why is there such a need for all this in the first place? Well, the root cause of the excess of underprivileged youth in the Oakland area goes down to the economy. It used to be a thriving upper middle class area, but a shift in the job market caused a lot of money which was invested in the area to leave. This left families with less income at a large disadvantage.
However, there's a second root cause, and this unfortunately has to do with racism. Federal redlining policies in the housing market in the late 1900s meant that many people of color were unable or disallowed from purchasing a home. This has a lasting impact on today's youth and today's families in Oakland, especially people of color, as this has left them in poverty throughout the generations. And Stephen Curry has been tackling these two big root problems, which is an inspiration to all of us, and it's part of why we decided to choose him for this project.
You may know him as one of the greatest NBA players of all time, but he's not just a basketball player, he's a good Samaritan.
He's using his wealth and his influence to create real change in the community. And he's not just throwing money at the problem.
He's putting in time and effort to make a change. The number one thing that we can take from Steph and Aisha Curry, as well as the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation, is to be charitable. And not just charitable, it's to be generous as well. You can't just throw your money at the problem and expect it to fix. You actually have to put in time, because remember, time is money.
And we can take their example and implement it into our own lives, whether it be inside the household or outside of it. For example, thinking of donating to a local food bank, why not spend an evening volunteering at the food shelter? This is a better way to make real change.
And I aspire to be like him too. To summarize, Steph Curry has created a foundation called Eat, Learn, Play, which has donated over 25 million meals, over $70 million, and has helped 150,000 kids who are in poverty to better their lives. Truly a good Samaritan.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry way downtown.